What color do you want your eyebrows?
Purple.
Purple?
Okay, I just had to catch. I just had to catch this because there's a makeup session in progress.
I want
right
purple.
here.
I want purple.
Good morning, beautiful people. What is happening? It's another rainy day in Vancouver, and I got up feeling pretty brutal today. I don't know. I know Selena is coming down with a little bit of a flu. Seems like Risa had skating today, but she's not going in today because she's not feeling well. And just since yesterday, when I got home from the middle of the day, I was passed out till like 5 o'clock. Then we went out, and even when I was out, I just wasn't feeling well. And today I'm not feeling well at all. I'm in a lot of pain. But it's all good. We'll see what happens today. I'm not sure how much I'm going to vlog and stuff. Just because, I'll probably end up passing out again, but we'll see. Hey guys, what's happening? It's dinner time. Just, girls have already finished eating.
Come here for a minute.
Where are we going?
We're going somewhere.
Aren't you supposed to be doing Raz Kids? Huh? Are you setting it up? Okay. Gonna set it up for her?
Yeah. There's a magical
ribs.
thing.
Yeah?
There's bugs in our house.
Ugh, bugs.
If you see any,
Yeah?
shout out.
Shout out bugs?
Because we need them to be gone forever.
Alright. Alright fam, I'm having ribs. Let's see if they're done. There they are right there. So lovely. No, not done yet. I'm gonna put them in for some more. Another 5 minutes, I think. Let's try that. Also making some potatoes. I think you first boiled them, right? Boiled them first. Now we're just gonna saute them in the pan. All good. What are you making this? Bronte?
Bronte for the girls.
Oh, nice. Bronte, of course, is our soul food. We're doing makeup.
What color do you want?
Blue. What color do you want? Purple. We're doing our eyebrows. Eyebrows?
She's doing her nose, but that's okay.
What am I doing on yours?
No.
No? Doing the nose.
Then, now we're gonna do
Fatherhood. You got daughters?
We're gonna do this.
You gotta play makeup.
Now we're gonna do your ears.
Okay, let's do the ears. I didn't know you put makeup on ears.
I think with Selena, anything is possible.
There you go.
Is that ticklish, Selena?
Now we're gonna do this part.
Into yours. Oh, I dropped my lipstick. There we go.
Okay, let's do that.
She's so cute.
To your nose.
Let's just do neck.
Neck, okay. I'm probably not gonna vlog much, but you know what? I figured might as well go through my equipment that I use to shoot videos. I know you guys have been asking me a lot. So let's go through it, and I'll leave the links in the descriptions for everything that I have, whatever I can find. Fair enough? Let's start off with the lights. Even though I don't use these lights for my vlogs, this is from other channels, but if you're looking at getting some lighting, this is really cheap lighting. Just some cheap LED bulbs. That one's not LED, that's a fluorescent bulb, whatever they're called. They're really cheap from Home Depot. Really cheap lights, and these are on really cheap Cowboy Studio light stands. All this honestly was so cheap. It's probably less than $100, but I'll leave it again. Whatever I have, I'll leave the links in the description. The tripod that I use is this one right here. It's a Manfrotto 496 RC2. It's got the ball head on top. My favorite tripod. Absolutely love this thing. I take it everywhere. It's not too heavy, not too light, just perfect. Alright fam, so I'm shooting on my Sony RX 100 Mark III, which I'll show you in a second. But the camera that I really love to use is this guy right here. And this is the Sony A7 Mark II. And the lens I have is a Zeiss 24-70 f4. I like this combination because it's really light. These mirrorless cameras don't weigh anything. And even with this lens, even though it looks pretty big, it's still lighter than my whole Canon gear was. So when I swapped over from Canon to Sony, it was honestly because of the weight. I've still retained, the same if not better quality, but the weight factor was huge for me. And on top I have the Rode Video Pro mic, which I use for my audio. Again, audio for me is a big thing. I mean, the audio is not too bad on this, but I much more prefer that setup. And that's what I mainly use when I'm inside. I try to take the camera outside, you know, sometimes, but just always afraid to drop it or something. But I'm gonna switch over that camera now, and you know, you'll get a better idea. All right, fam, so this is my Sony a7 II digital full frame mirrorless camera with that Zeiss 24-70. And of course I got the Rode Video Mic Pro mic on top. And as you can tell, the audio is just spectacular. So this is my vlogging camera when I go outside. It's the Sony RX100 Mark III, and I absolutely love this camera. The quality on this is spectacular. And what I love about this, it's got the flip up screen here. So you can kind of, you know, obviously see what you're doing. But this camera isn't cheap. I mean, for me, I think it was like, you know, $800 plus, but it's so worth it. I've always been a man of price versus value. Yeah, there's stuff that's cheaper in price, but the value I get out of this is so worth it because the quality is just epic. Alright guys, so the other camera that I love to use, and it's probably the last resort just because I've got these two other cameras, is my GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition. I'm so looking forward to take this when I travel. Hopefully later this year, you know, take it into the water and stuff. I love this camera. Shoots great footage, and I love the perspective of the super wide. And I'll show you guys in a second what it looks like. But I shot, you know, my original vlogs with this camera. Small, compact, and you know, it takes great footage. So fam, this is my GoPro Hero 3 Plus, and again, you know, it's a great little camera. You can pick these up used really cheap. You know what, I should start using this a bit more. I just love it. It's so small, so light. Unfortunately, the battery life isn't that good, but other than that, you know, just buy spare batteries, keep them charged, and take it with you. Hey guys, so let's get into my editing workstation where I actually edit my vlogs. Now, being an IT guy, I got tons of laptops and computers. So I'm not going to show you the old stuff, but I'll show you what I prefer to use right now at the moment, which is a Asus gaming laptop, which is the Republic of Gamers laptop. This is a i7 fully loaded, 16 gigs of RAM, 2 hard drives. And this is a 17-inch laptop. It's got built-in fans. Great laptop, and I got this from Best Buy. I got lucky because at the time when I was looking for a laptop, this happened to be an open box, and this is a great tip. If you guys are looking for your laptops, great deals, go to Best Buy and check out their open box stuff that they have. I do that all the time. All the Macs that I've ever bought have been open box, and there's nothing wrong with them. And you get, you know, a better discount than you would brand new. Choice of software that I used to edit with is Adobe Premiere. I used to use Final Cut on my Macs. I prefer Adobe Premiere just because of my workflow and the way I edit. And when I bounce, I find it a lot easier for rendering. Another thing that I do is I record all my video in 1080 60p. The reason for 1080 60 is when you want to slow down footage, you don't get that choppy movement. It's a lot smoother. But when I actually bounce down my video, I'm bouncing it down to 1080 24. And I find that a lot easier to do in Adobe Premiere, because in Final Cut it was such a headache and I didn't like that. So now I'm going to show you kind of like what I do in Adobe Premiere. Alright guys, so this is Adobe Premiere. Again, I'm not going to go through this in detail. If you want me to do something in detail, please let me know. But you know, those of you that used any sort of video editing software, again, everything's roughly the same. So here's all my clips on the left here. I'm just going to quickly show you how to do this. So when I shoot my videos, I'll basically come in here, just drag the clips, put it down here, grab the next one, put it down here, come in here, zoom it out a bit. I know all my shorthand keys, so if I want to get these two clips aligned properly the way I want it, just basically grab the marker at the end there, move it like that, and then put the other one like that, and that's basically it. And then you can go back here and kind of see what happens here. 16 watts or something, really cheap lights, and these are, and there you go. And then my export settings I'll show you is basically, say I'm done with this, I'm going to come up here, file, export, media, and I have these presets already made. So I come up here, and this one is the one I always use. I'm an HD 1080 24p 1 pass. So what does that do? There's some extra things in here which I've done. You know, I've changed the target bitrate, the maximum bitrate settings to something that is relatively good, because if we mess with these settings and make these more, your quality will increase, but so will your file size. So it's finding that right sort of medium where you can get very good quality, but you don't, you know, kill your disk space at the same time. So that's basically it. I'll export it. So once it's exported, I actually have another utility that compresses the video, makes it smaller, but still retains that quality. And I use this free utility right here called Handbrake. You can search for Handbrake in Google and you can download this for free. So all I do is basically drag in my video into here, and honestly I just use the default settings, hit start, and it'll actually make a compressed version of your file, and that's what I upload to YouTube. Now a lot of people ask me where I get my music from, and honestly most of it comes from SoundCloud. I'll come in here and do a quick search, free instrumentals. Once this comes up, I'll go in here and kind of listen to stuff, and if it's free and downloadable, I'll download it and use it. You know, there's been a few times where I've been hit with a copyright infringement, but most of the time it's been pretty good. And most of the time I'll actually email the creator and say, I'd love to use your music for my YouTube video, is that okay with you? And if they typically they'll answer back with a yes or no. Well fam, there you guys have it. You've seen all my cameras that I use, you've seen all the lighting that I use, you've seen the software that I use, the laptop that I use to edit with. Please, if there's any questions or anything like that, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. For those of you who had questions, I hope I answered your questions, and I hope all this stuff helps you guys in any future videos or vlogs that you guys do. Guys, we're on 9 o'clock. I'm just gonna heat up myself some milk to drink, and then that's pretty much it. Girls have already gone to bed, and I'm just gonna sit here and edit the rest of the vlog. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, kind of go through the gear that I use and kind of like my workflow. Yeah, I didn't go into depth with the Adobe Premiere, but kind of get the gist of what I do, right? Because any software you use, they're all relatively the same. Like I said, if you use Final Cut, it's basically the same idea. But I wanted to say, if you're watching the vlog for the very first time, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Please subscribe and be part of the family. Of course, to my peeps, be you, stay optimistic, enjoy the rest of your night. Here's a big high five from me to all of you.